There's literally no point in buying a fragrance, doesn't matter if it's 50 bucks or $500, if actually no one can smell you. And I get it, you don't want to go around smelling like a flower bomb as you move through your life, right? You don't want to be giving guys headaches. I don't want that either. But at the same time, you don't want to be at the other end of the spectrum where you smell almost invisible. You smell like you just walked out of the shower and stepped out and about. Meanwhile, you put on a $200 fragrance. There's no point in that. You want to get the value of your fragrance. And that's why we're in this game, because you want to be somewhere in the middle. You want to get compliments. You don't want to get too many, but you want to get some level of compliments. You want to get noticed, but not too noticed. So this is more of an art than a science. And as someone who spent $1,000 on just good selling liquid, own hundreds of bottles of fragrance, as a fragrance connoisseur, I get it. I know exactly what to do, right? That's what I'm going to share with you in this video. I'm going to give you the biggest hack. And if you just do this first hack, which I'm sure many of you are doing this mistake already, you're going to solve 75% of your fragrance problems. So the number one hack and mistake that people are making. And then from there, I'm going to tell you exactly where to spray and how to spray. So I'm going to get it really tactical so that you'll never, ever be confused about what to do in what scenario. Let's get right into it. So the biggest myth and hack that people always, I mean, it's frustrating to me how this happens all the time. And I know you're already doing this, right? You're very small minority of you getting this right, is you should not be putting fragrance on your skin. Skin is the worst place to put fragrance on, which I know is mind-blowing. It's crazy for most people, right? Because the department store ladies, your parents, even in movies, what do? They spray here on their wrist and then they go like this and they're like, oh, everyone can smell me. Dude, no one's gonna smell you if you put it here and here. It's the worst place to put fragrances. And if you're confused because you've been doing this for the last 30 years of your life, let me explain. Fragrance, we're humans, right? What are humans? We're warm-blooded animals. What does warm do? Heat. And what does heat do? Heat makes things evaporate. It's just science at the end of the day. By putting it on your skin, first of all, not only are you changing the way the fragrance molecules are worked because they're mixing with your skin oils and they don't smell even the same way as they're supposed to smell out of the bottle because they're getting warmed up literally by your pulse points and then they evaporate faster because they're getting more contact with heat. And okay, first of all, you can make the argument for the neck maybe because people come in for a kiss or a hug and they can smell you a bit more, right? But people who are kissing you are a very small minority of the population. Unless you're a gangster like that, then kudos to you. Hope you rock. But most people aren't going to be kissing you all the time. So when you're putting it on your neck, no one's going to be able to smell you unless they get in that close. And most people aren't getting in that close. So neck and wrists are the worst place to put fragrance and just general skin. And the thing that also blows my mind the most is the wrist part. Like, when you walk out of the house, you're gonna use the bathroom at least like 3-4 times in that day, right? What do you do when you use the bathroom? You wash your hands, bro. When you wash your hands, you're literally washing off the oils of the fragrance from your skin. You're literally putting on a $200 fragrance and then washing it off throughout the day. So skin is the worst place to put fragrances. You should never put fragrance on your skin. If you are confused why you have such expensive fragrance and no one can smell you, you're most likely putting it on your skin. What should you do instead? Your clothing is the best carrier for scent. I mean, just think about it from personal experience. I know you probably felt this when you're washing your clothes and you're doing your laundry, you smell a shirt and you could smell it from the fragrance you put on many days ago, right? And you can still smell it and faint remnants of it, right? So once again, it's gonna wash out. Don't worry, like, oh, say what, it'll always wash out. Your fragrance will always wash out, but it's a stronger carrier scent and it doesn't also make this fragrance smell different than when you actually bought it in the first place. When you did a test on the test strip and then you smelt it, it'll smell exactly how it's supposed to and it lasts longer. And the thing about the neck too is as dudes, we shave, right? And I always hate it when I shaved and I have sensitive skin and then you spray alcohol on it, right? Like the fragrance is essentially half of its alcohol and then it burns the skin. So we don't want skin. Biggest myth, biggest hack. If you just do this, 75% of your problems will be solved. I can guarantee you. But for those guys who are more into the step-by-step actions, let me tell you exactly where on the place to apply it and exactly how many sprays per occasion. So I'm going to break this down into 3 different scenarios because each scenario warrants a different level of scent. You don't want to be smelling like a flower bomb when you're going to meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time, right? That's just, there's tiers to this shit, right? When I said this is more of an art than a science. So there's 3 big scenarios that I kind of pulled out and said this is kind of the big things that I think of when I'm putting on fragrance. One is close encounters. This is you going for a job interview. This is you sitting on a plane or a train and hanging out with someone one-on-one. This is you going for coffee, but it's just you and them, right? This is you when you're just with another person, meeting your girlfriend's parent for the first time. When you're just getting dinner at someone's house, right? Just a few people. Close encounters. Second is out and about. Now, this is when you're going for restaurants, when you're going for dinner, when you're maybe going to the movies, when you are going to the bar, when you are, maybe you are going to getting coffee, but it's with a few other people, right? So this is when you're going out and about, maybe to the mall. Third is partying, clubbing. This is when you're going to a party. This is when there's multiple other people, tons of other people. It can be indoors or outdoors. When your scent is competing against other people's scents because everyone else is wearing fragrances. So you want to stand out above the crowd, but you also don't want to smell too much, right? But you want to stand a bit above the crowd because otherwise you can't smell anything because everyone smells that some type of fragrance type of way, right? So those are the 3 big occasions, and each one warrants different level of sprays and where to spray them. First is close encounters, and I'm going to use one of my favorite fragrances here, Lanuita L'Homme by YSL. Close encounters are simple. 2 sprays, just 2 sprays. Where do you spray them? Front delt, here and here. That's it. That is literally it. You want to focus a lot on the shoulders because people are once again walking by you, walking away from you. You don't want to put it so close to you where people are drawn in, but people will still smell you, right? 2 sprays is all you need. I don't even need to get into why or whatever. Just put on 2 sprays. Second is out and about. So this is where things are getting a little fun. So you put on 2 sprays, right? You're gonna build on that. You're gonna do 4 sprays. Each of these are even numbers. You're gonna see 2, 4, 6, maybe 8. So 2 sprays for close encounters, 4 sprays for out and about. Where you put it. So you build off 1, 2, you put 1 in the middle of the chest, 3, and then you put 1 on the back of the neck. This is called a Sid I spray. So when you walk by, people can get that whiff, that smell. So they're like, oh, that smells really good. What is that smell, right? So you want to give that whiff, that trail of people when they walk by. It's called sillage if you're a fragrance nerd. But yeah, put 4 sprays. You build off the shoulders, you put 1 in the chest, so when people approach you or walk in front of you, they can smell you, but then 1 on the back, so you're able to move through space and people can still smell you a bit. Once again, if you never put on 4 sprays before, I'm telling you, bro, it's not that much. It's not that crazy. You are going to be smelling like a good, like once again, if you're using a good quality fragrance, then you're not going to have to worry about this crap. You're gonna smell great. No one's ever gonna get a headache around you. Lastly, is out and about is then, now we're moving to clubbing and partying. Now you need to put on a few more sprays because you're competing against other people and you're, and once again, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of things, and no one can even smell you because they are smelling for other people at the same time. So you wanna step it up a bit. We're building on it. 2, 4, 6 sprays now. Shoulder, front delt, front of the chest, back. Now you put it on side shoulder and side shoulder. Crazy, right? You probably didn't even put stuff on your shoulder before this, but shoulder is the most contact place for most people. They walk by you, they walk in front of you. So now what you're happening is you're having fragrance project this way and this way from your stomach. You have it projecting this way, but you also have it projecting this way. So that people, when they're in your periphery, they can also smell you as well. And you're also able to smell yourself. So 6 sprays is actually a very good number. I know people do way more than that. You're not gonna smell like an Arab prince, trust me. 6 sprays is a very respectable, elegant way to go about. And this is the thing I do for summer, because summer is a bit more specific in occasion, especially if we're going out and partying. You want to do more sprays because as we talked about earlier, the science lesson we had, heat makes things evaporate. And also in the summertime, fragrances that are summer specific, like your Acqua di Giuse stuff, they don't last that very long because just the ingredients they use, and it's just, yeah, it's just a summer thing, right? Heat evaporates scent, and then the molecules don't rise to the surface. Like in winter, molecules are able to rise to the surface because the air is denser. All that to say, I always do 2 more sprays in the summertime too. Since I'm wearing usually a half sleeve shirt or something which has my forearm showing, I'm gonna show you from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I put in my elbow, not my wrist, elbow. 7, 8, and you'll see it in my elbow because this is when I'm walking around, moving about, people can smell me. Instead of wearing a half sleeve shirt, it doesn't cover it, but at the same time, people can smell it at the same time. I actually know people who put scent on their skin and then put a shirt on, and they're like, why can't no one smell me? I'm like, dude, there's, like, this is how the big myth has been perpetuated by media, society, and everyone to get you to buy more fragrances because your fragrances are lasting long or projecting as much because you're spraying them wrong places. Anyway, side tangent, hope that helped. The 3 different scenarios, 2, 4, 6, 8 in the summertime, and exactly clothing is the best carrier for fragrance in the first place. Don't put it on your skin. If you love this video, you're definitely gonna love this one. This is where I'm gonna share with you my top 10 best fragrances for the autumn season, my personal favorite list, the ones that are gonna get you the most compliments. And yeah, guys, take care, keep crushing it, and follow me on Instagram, and let me know in the comments, how many sprays do you put when you go wear a fragrance? And if you're still confused on what fragrance to buy, this is a whole big myth. There's so many options out there. I would love to work with you one-on-one and give you my personalized recommendation, learn your personality, learn how your budget and everything, and give you one fragrance that you can wear for the rest of your life. It's called a signature scent. You don't have to buy or worry anything. You're gonna smell unique. That's my job. That's what I love to do. I know this shit, right? So this is what I would love to do, and I'll leave a link down below to work with me one-on-one. But yeah, take care, keep crushing. Let me know in the comments how many sprays you usually put, and I'll see you all in the next one.